We all know about the fake news. The ratings decline has been epic. And they've been pushing the same narrative. They don't seem to have learned any lessons from the last election. Your thought?
Well, we've been seeing their viewership decline for the last few years. If they can't say anything bad about Trump for the people with Trump derangement syndrome to watch, then they have nothing to report. They're not doing actual investigative journalism. They're not reporting to constituents. They're not helping inform people when they go to the voting booth. They're simply having a fit on camera. And now that that's kind of declining and people can't afford their groceries, people don't feel safe in their homes, in their state. Every state is a border state. You know, it's one of those things where when you run out of things to talk about and have a public outcry about Trump and people actually have real life problems, they're not going to turn on CNN to know what's happening. They're going to go to other publications that are actually giving them the news that they deserve.
CNN gets a rude awakening as their ratings plummet. A White House official absolutely destroys multiple liberal hosts with facts, and Democrats do their best to try and put a wall between President Donald Trump and top advisor Elon Musk. Appreciate you guys hitting the like button. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, for sharing this video. We got a jam-packed video today, guys, so I hope you guys are ready. Starting with CNN's request to lose all of their viewers. So a recent finding showed that the network is bleeding viewers, losing out on almost 30% of viewers in their primetime demo. In total day, they've lost around 28% of their total viewers. CNN has also dropped in basic cable charts. Now, you might be wondering, why is this happening? Because viewers now understanding that the network peddles propaganda. Their hosts can't seem to avoid getting shut down by the people that they interview. Here's former CNN host Jim Acosta getting absolutely decimated by Congressman Tim Burchett.
This is not Fox, Congressman. You can't just spin a tale and pull the wool over people's eyes. Yeah. This is CNN. This is the news. We are asking you to come on and tell the truth.
And that's why more people are watching the Cartoon Network SpongeBob reruns right now, Jim. Look, I left the White House during a riot. My life was threatened. My life has been threatened within the last few weeks, yet there's no coverage of that. And you all continue this narrative of attacking Trump. You just can't stand the fact that he won and that America spoke.
Congressman,
and that,
no,
and that your view is very diminished.
That's not the case at all.
And your view is very diminished.
Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below. So where's Jim Acosta again? Oh yeah, he's already quit CNN. He don't work there no more. And you know for a fact that Burchett cooked him in that segment. The congressman has a knack for making these reporters feel uncomfortable on air, especially since they know that he's telling them the truth. Just look at what CNN's Pamela Brown had to do after getting scorched by Burchett.
We've been covering at length salaries where the money is going to.
No, you haven't. You all y'all do is run down Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and you continuously do this, and that's why your ratings are in the tank, ma'am. All
right, Congressman Tim Burchett, we're going to leave it there. I do appreciate your time coming on and having this conversation. Thank you very much.
She couldn't close that interview down fast enough. And that's what CNN's all about. They never seem to understand that good journalism doesn't involve propaganda. It doesn't involve questioning the White House at every step. When you take into account the fact that the Trump administration is receiving its highest approval ratings ever, you would probably understand that liberal mainstream media is completely out of touch. Which brings me to White House advisor Stephen Miller. Here's Miller dismantling the argument being made by CNN's Jake Tapper. Watch.
A question because one of the reasons that President Trump got elected, according to President Trump in an interview, I think it was with Kristen Welker of NBC, was because of grocery prices. Not the only reason, but a reason, high prices, inflation, especially at the grocery. The Department of Agriculture says that between 2020 and 2022, 42% of crop workers were undocumented immigrants. And in many cases, as you know, these migrants do jobs many Americans do not want to do. So, how does President Trump make sure that the effort to deport people who are not in this country legally doesn't end up hurting Americans who want safe borders, absolutely, but also don't want to see even more higher prices in groceries?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's not your position, Jake, you're just asking the question, that we should supply America's food with exploitative illegal alien labor. I obviously don't think that's what you're implying. Only 1% of alien workers in the entire country work in agriculture. The top destination for illegal aliens are large cities like New York, like Los Angeles, and small industrial towns, of course, all across the heartland, as we've seen with the Biden floods. None of those illegal aliens are doing farm work. Those 30,000 illegal aliens that Joe Biden dumped into Springfield.
I'm talking about the ones that are.
But I'm explaining this. It's important to understand.
No, you're kind of changing the subject. I mean, I'm talking about the ones.
I will give me 30 minutes. I'll go as deep as you want this. I'm explaining to you and your audience.
I don't have I'm talking about the ones that work in the agriculture industry.
I'm
you
explaining
can come back
to you
and we
your
can talk
audience.
about the ones in the cities. I swear.
I'll do the whole answer. The illegal aliens that Joe Biden brought into our country are not full stop doing farm work. They are not. The illegal aliens he brought in from Venezuela, from Haiti, from Nicaragua, they are not doing farm work. They are in our cities collecting welfare. As for the farmers, there is a guest worker program that President Trump supports. Over time as well, we will transition into automation, so we'll never have to have this conversation ever again.
The liberal mindset here is that they want cheap labor. That's what Jake Tapper is fighting for. But Miller comes in with the numbers and shuts down this idea. And I believe that this is the biggest weakness to CNN. They spent like 4 years just doing nothing to question what the Biden administration did. And now that they have a president and a team that's working for the people, they're confused because Miller and officials on the president's team know what they're talking about. And just to prove to you guys that CNN fails to learn from their mistakes, here's Breonna Keller talking to Miller about illegal immigrants yet again.
You mentioned yesterday, and you mentioned again here, illegal immigrants who are getting child tax credits. Are you looking for that information in the IRS data?
Anytime a crime is committed, of course there should be an investigation. Is it your position that if somebody who is
Stephen,
here
are you looking for that
is stealing
information in the
taxpayer
IRS
dollars,
data?
the federal government will find every illegal alien who is stealing American taxpayer dollars. And that is what Americans expect to happen.
Will you find that in the IRS
I don't
data
even
and
fathom
share
the
that with
premise
law
of your
enforcement?
question.
It's a simple question. Will you find that information in the IRS data and share that with law enforcement?
If IRS investigators find illegal aliens stealing taxpayer money, of course they'll be referred to ICE. Of course they'll be referred to Homeland Security investigations. Of course it will be. Surely your position is not that we should let illegal aliens steal taxpayer dollars. Again, you want to talk about something to be upset about, that's it. What do you think? The millions of illegal aliens who've also stolen Social Security. Illegal aliens in mass have fake Social Security numbers. They have fake identities. Those are felonies. Why should there be an entire class in this country that is immunized from criminal prosecution and arrest for committing felonies? Felony theft of taxpayer information, felony theft of Social Security, felony theft of identity. These are all crimes. And yes, they will be investigated. Yes, they will be prosecuted. And yes, illegal aliens will be deported. And you know what happens when those deportations occur?
Just very quickly,
is that Americans will get jobs, Americans will get benefits, Americans will get houses.
Stephen, if they got a credit, a child tax credit, and they will be referred, you're saying, to ICE for that, and you would expect deported for that? Is that the position of the administration?
If it is found that a crime has been committed, they'll be referred. If it justifies the prosecution, they'll be prosecuted. If it justifies a deportation, they will be deported. This will be based on existing IRS protocols and procedures for criminal investigation and fraud.
All right,
the difference is that no one is given immunity anymore. No one is given permission to break the law anymore. Because this is not a country, this is not a sovereign territory, if illegal aliens can freely steal billions, with a B, billions of taxpayer dollars. And I would have to imagine that CNN, which is endlessly talks about the importance of democracy and the rule of law, would say that no class in this country should be above the law, least of all illegal aliens who've trespassed on our territory.
No, Stephen, I'm just asking, I wanted to get your position on some things. We're not taking a position here. We wanted to get some answers to some questions. There are so many questions that need to be answered.
It doesn't sound to me
Miller,
like you are, in fact, indifferent or unbiased on these questions, but thank you.
That was rough. And I believe that CNN may face its toughest 4 years in history because they're going to have a tough time combating against common sense policies. Policies that, again, I have to reiterate, was something that we voted for. Now, moving on, guys, mainstream media, they're getting blasted by President Trump as he talks about what they're doing. And if you've been watching these networks, they've been trying to paint Elon Musk as president. You guys have heard that, right? President Musk? Yeah. Anyway, obviously an attempt to try and create some division between the president's team. But funnily enough, the two of them faced Fox to talk about this. Watch.
Elon called me. He said, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. They said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, It's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president. Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me. I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
Yes.
And that's just coming from common sense, guys. The media is trying to create a narrative that doesn't even exist, a narrative that they're pushing onto hardcore liberals. But like the president said, people are smart, at least those who understand what's being done. Now, I'm talking about you and me because we're actually focused on the truth, are we not? Now, on that note, guys, I want to link you to a recent live stream I did. I covered the most recent plane crash that we've seen where a plane was literally upside down. Now, you're going to want to check that one out for yourselves. As always, appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much for hitting the like button and subscribing. We'll see you next time.